play button on the My Curious Mind podcast, episode number 1. And today we're going to kind of get into what happens the day after the presidential election here in America. We all know it's been building up for the last year and a half. The presidential election, it kind of got very interesting a couple of months back when Joe Biden stepped down and Vice President Harris stepped up, or she was given the ability to run for president against former President Donald Trump. So let's look at what happens the day after the election with all the stuff that's going on here in America. I have three main takeaways of what I think will happen the day after the election. The first thing, the world won't end on November 6th. That's important to remember. And I'll say it again, the world won't end on November the 6th. First, the world will still be the same place. Whatever things that were happening the day before, the months before, leading up to it, a lot of the stuff is still going to be the same. We will have a new president in office, but it'll all be the same. The second thing, Americans will still have to coexist with each other. And I want to say that again. Americans will still have to coexist with each other. The presidential election, in my opinion, doesn't change how we fundamentally deal with each other. We still have to coexist and deal with each other. We still live in our same neighborhoods, our same communities, drive down those same streets. Many of us are going to have the same jobs, unless you're scheduled to change jobs, get a promotion or something like that. So again, we're going to still have to coexist with each other. All of the problems that existed in America before the election will still exist come November 6th. Fundamentally, whoever's the new president, once they get their people in place, they're going to go about attacking those problems. But to be honest, on November 6th, all those problems are still going to exist. They don't naturally go away one snap of a finger. They're still all going to be here. So that's important to remember. So my final ultimate takeaway from all of this is America's become a very divided place. I think we all can agree on that. Increasingly, more and more people are willing to turn to what we call tribalism to solve our problems. Tribalism is a very bad way to solve problems. It basically allows for us to basically just stand in a room, and whatever group that you support, you go with that group, and each group or all the groups basically throw insults at each other or accuse each group of doing things that aren't fair or saying things that aren't correct, or saying improper things. By sticking to tribalism or going to tribalism here in America, we allow politicians to divide us, to take full advantage of us as Americans. We have to rise above the tribalism and hold politicians accountable. If we as Americans come together, and regardless of whoever you vote for, and we decide, hey, we don't want no more mudslinging, we want to get away from the tribalism, the insults, and we want to get back to pure policies and things that impact people as a whole, we need to end the tribalism, hold politicians accountable. So, regardless of whoever you vote for, I hope that on November the 6th, when we have either a Democratic president or a Republican president, that we all as Americans realize that all the things that currently exist in America right now, these things will still exist, and we all together, along with the politicians, can solve those problems. Thank you for joining in for this quick podcast. I'm going to have some more coming up the days after the election, but make sure you like and subscribe and hit that play button on the next video. Thank you. Until next time.